The gardens of abundance, the curated roadside bushes or flowers, the pristine lawns of the modernist tales, all whisper about the long history of dominance and power of the state. According to Isabel Stengers, politics should include all the beings that have a stake in what happens, not just humans or states. These beings include animals, rivers, chemicals, ancestors, machines, microbes, scientific instruments, landforms, and rituals. The assembly of such constitutes cosmopolitics, and soil is the palimpsest of that. As translators, we have the opportunity to draw what we cannot see, the life and relationships below the surface. Such invisible processes, like the decay of the roots that provide the next generations with organic material, eventually shape a new layer of humus. In this logic, the term invasiveness loses its meaning, as all organic matter is part of the regenerative work of soil remediation. Such subsurface and above-surface interdependencies create what Bruno Latour refers to as the critical zone, the thin, fragile layer from the treetops to groundwater where all terrestrial life exists. Weeds and so-called invasive species are the first to inhabit soils that are deemed dead and haunted by their troubled pasts of industrial extraction. In the post-industrial landscapes of the Zen Valley, where brownfields harbor contaminated soils, plants with stronger adaptation traits that can withstand harsher biological conditions find a home in such forgotten corners. In this context, at what moment do seeds become native? What are the socio-political histories of place that determine the framework of belonging? Marked by Belgium's industrial history, the Zen Valley is concealed with promises of pseudo-regeneration. Short-sighted and target market-oriented redevelopment projects that turn housing into financialization assets and environmental deserts. If we imagined a moratorium on construction and carefully reconsidered the fragile status quo of the wastelands, alliances, temporary situated coalitions among humans and non-humans could be found. Such debate gravitates around a couple of sites that, over the years, have proved to expand the urban spectrums and networks among Brussels beings and inhabitants. Marsh Biestebroek is a well-known case among the eco-centric voices. Situated within one of the lowest points of the Zen watershed, it has been part of the landscape that has hosted water, ponds, and streams. With agricultural development, these sources have been turned into tools, marking the genesis of Biestebroek's productive history. As early as the end of the 19th century, it was subject to activities of petroleum refining and industrial oil manufacturing. In 1930, the oil business and the plot of land were sold to Royal Dutch Shell, which continued the oil refinery history. Following Shell's departure, the northern part of the site was excavated as part of soil remediation work, creating a fairly deep and difficult-to-access depression. Consequently, the ground level is slightly lower than the surrounding roads. Without maintenance, a pond, reed beds, and young willow thickets have developed over the past 20 years. Today, this marsh is home to around 60 different species, including 21 bird species. The plants have established not only a new ecological, but also a different social climate here. Marginal communities find here a shelter, and subcultures a place to exist. Being in proximity to another culturally prominent place, Brasserie Atlas, it has been hosting educational and activism-oriented gatherings. This space of citizenship, once again, has proved that a city needs to breathe, to take a break from programmation, advocating for the right to the void. Whereas a seed does not know of borders or national boundaries. It travels unnoticed, dormant, and yet full of vital potential. When it lands, it shapes. In that sense, weeds become the autonomous space generators. Unplanned and unwanted, they constitute local cultures. Seeds transcend local ecologies, becoming global actors. Passengers of road networks, bird migration, air traveling companies, cargo, and wind currents, they are binding the living Gaia.